(2023) elections. Northern elders warns Southeasterners not to blame anyone if they sabotage Obi. So Northern elders are warning the Easterners, the people from the Southeast now, that they shouldn't blame anyone if anybody sabotages Peter Obi. Wow. The people of the Southeast have been told not to blame anyone if the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, failed to win the poll simply because they failed to accord him the deserved support. Spokesman of the Northern Elders Forum, Dr. Hakeem Baba Ahmed, who stated this yesterday, dismissed any suggestion that the North has adopted a candidate for the presidential poll slated for February 2023. This is as he challenged the elite not to sit and watch politicians control the country as they like, but to stand up and give direction. We got our fingers burnt in 2015, and that is why we are being careful this time. We are saying that the best candidate should be allowed to win the election. According to him, all the elites in Nigeria are in hostages and captives of politicians, but we must remove ourselves from the bondage. So we will reach out to elite from the other regions, and together we will welcome any presidential candidate who says he has solution to Nigeria's problem. We worry about the Southeast. We don't know whether they are in support of Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, or not. The nation can see what is happening now, and if the Southeast fails to line up behind Obi, they should not blame anybody. If the Igbo believe it is time for them, they should support Obi, reach out to other Nigerians and tell them they are supporting Obi, not because he is an Igbo man, but because he is the best. We will give our support to the best man who can heal the wounds in the land, because actually everybody in Nigeria is marginalized right now, he said. He urged the Southeasterners to ensure that all politicians are allowed to campaign freely in that zone. He also urged President Muhammadu Buhari to ensure that the environment is safe and secure for everybody to campaign. Nigeria has a future, but we must work very hard to secure it. Let the best candidate win, and let us accept whoever that wins so that we can begin the process of rebuilding Nigeria. However, responding to Baba Ahmed's comment that the Southeast should try to lobby and convince people from the other zone to support them, produce the country's president, leader of the Pan-Yoruba socio-political group, Afenifere, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, said the case of the Southeast is not about begging. Okay, so Pa Adebanjo is reacting now to Baba Ahmed's comment. Some Southerners must have been brainwashed to believe that only the North can make anybody president of Nigeria. But I don't believe that. The Southwest has produced the president, the South has produced, and the North is completing 8 years by next year. So it must come back to the South, and when that happens, justice, equity, and fairness demands that it should go to the Southeast Igbo. So to live together must be on agreeable terms. You can't deny a prodigal son his right because he is prodigal. The Yoruba don't believe in dishonesty. That is why I am supporting Peter Obi. How can we be together when a significant unit is being cheated? Simon Reef Musa, who represented the president of the Middle Belt Forum, Dr. Bogu Bitrus, equally stated that for justice, equity, and fairness, the MBF is queuing behind the candidate of LP, Obi. So we believe in justice and equity. We believe that it is fair for power to shift to the South after 8 years in the North. So many Nigerians believe in Obi. I am happy it is not the Igbo that are projecting him, but the whole Nigerians. Democracy has been commercialized, and our challenge is to wrest power from them, he said. Wow. So that is what they're telling us here, that the Northern Elders Forum is telling the Igbos, don't blame anybody if Peter Obi loses this time around. And this word is coming from Baba Ahmed, all right? Baba Ahmed is speaking on behalf of the Northern Elders Forum. And I also learned that this Baba Ahmed is actually the senior brother to the Dati Baba Ahmed, who is the running mate of Peter Obi in Labour Party. But the man is trying to be careful, to be a bit more political in his comment here, so it will not look like they have chosen a party or a candidate to support. So he will be neutral in his comment before they will say the Northern Elders have taken over to support Labour Party. So the man is trying to be careful, because I know that there is also the Northern agenda to make sure that power remains in the North. And he, being a Northerner, is trying to watch his words, so it will not look like, he's leaving the Northern agenda to support an Igbo man just because his brother or his younger brother is there, as a running mate to the Igbo man that is the Labour Party presidential candidate. So I saw him sitting on the fence in all of those comments. But again, those are neutral comments that actually come from a genuine elder to everybody. Now he's pushing the buck to the Southeasterners, because already we've seen the kind of confusion we have in the Southeast. All right? The governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, and the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, are rooting strongly for Tinubu, because they defected from PDP to APC, and now thinks that Obi is not qualified to be there. Soludo of Anambra State is in Abga, or Abga is one of the minor parties in the country anyway. It's just the major party inside Anambra State. He's also fighting Peter Obi and so when you see the kind of confusion we are getting in the Southeast, you wonder if they are actually speaking one voice. You wonder if they are actually one. People blame the North that they are ruling and are dictating for all that. It's because they are speaking one voice. It's because when they say yes, everybody says yes, and nobody comes out publicly to say no. And we can see that when the PDP conducted their primaries at Abuja, after Wike had aligned properly with Tambua, on the day of the primaries, Tambua just give a kick and then stepped down and supported Atiku. That is not an agenda. Because after Wike had done all the work, everything, it will just take 2 minutes for Atiku to talk with Tambua, expressing to him, she remember our Northern agenda. Finish. They don't need to talk too much. And then whoever that is trying to change, like Tambua, will regain his consciousness and come back to his senses. So the problem in the South is that they hardly speak one voice, they fight each other, and they don't help. The Yorubas, to a very large extent, still try to speak one voice. The only people that don't speak one voice, the Southeast and the South-South. And that is why the North continue to use that as a tool to do kill and divide. All right, divide and rule among us. So now the Northern elders are now warning the people of Southeast. Don't blame anybody if you don't get the presidency this time. You now have a candidate that is not coming out just because an Igbo man, that is not promoted by the Igbos, that is also not accepted by only the Igbos, is accepted by everybody, promoted by everybody. So this, if he's the best, everybody is ready to queue behind him and support him. But you, the Igbos, that this man came from, you should also be ready to support him, because this is your chance. If you miss it, everybody is saying that the presidency is going to the South, and if it's going to the South, it should go to Southeast, because Southeast has been cheated for a long while. Now you people are fighting yourselves against Peter Obi and fighting everything about Labour Party. All right? When other tribes in other parts of the nation have accepted this man and the party. So why would that be happening? So now if they miss it this time, well, they should have themselves to blame. It is not the Hausas, it is not the Northerner, it is not the Yoruba. It is because they failed to put their house together. All right? So Peter Obi all the way and should be supported to be there. And to be frank, Peter Obi has made his life. He's a rich man through his business. So even if he doesn't win, he will go home and he himself and his family will not suffer. So we should be happy that this kind of man actually donated himself and came out to rule so that he can change things for the betterment of everybody. It should be appreciated. But if at the end of the day, the Igbos sabotage him and he loses the election and he leaves, that's fine. He will go and enjoy his life. But the people, the downtrodden, the poor, will continue to suffer. That is the truth about it. The poor will continue to suffer. So we really need to support this man if we believe in him. And if he's been widely accepted by outsiders, why won't us, or why would the Igbos that own him support him as well? It will be very, very disappointing if they fail him this time around. So that is what the Northern elders are warning. That is what the warning that's sending to the Southeasterners, to make sure they don't blame anybody if they fail to support Obi to win. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment as well.